Hello everyone, it's Shel from Paper Rock TO Studio, and today is day 17 of Art Journal Habit 2017. That's the hashtag. You can still join in. There's still plenty of prompts left. This is a month-long challenge for November 2017 where there is an art journal prompt every day. Today's prompt is fashion, and I decided to do a magazine collage. I have a couple fashion magazines, and so, fashion magazine, fashion prompt, it seemed to make sense. But I was thinking to myself what I wanted to portray was a couple different things. One, that I've been noticing lately that things that I wore back when I was a kid or a teenager have come back. So I know there's a quote somewhere from someone about fashion returning if you live long enough or something like that. So I wanted to do some type of a comical play on that. And also something about elegance and age and how fashion never goes out of style. Something like that. That was my idea. So I decided to go with the real nice monochromatic palette, which seems stately and elegant to me. And so I grabbed a couple, there's this picture of a cool old building in black and white, and then I just grabbed a couple other tonal pieces that don't have anything on them. They're just pieces from the magazine. And I'm making my background out of that, so it'll end up being black and gray background, which goes with the picture that I chose. Actually, the page was more driven by the picture that I chose as the focal image than anything else, I think. Because when I saw her, I was like, she is so cute. Are you kidding me? She has to go on a page. So that's what I decided to go with. So then I just put a few pieces on, and then now I'm using some white gesso in my finger to just kind of I don't want anything to stand out in the background. I more want it to be just a background. So I'm using the gesso and some finger painting to just kind of smear around, that sort of thing. And then I got out a couple stencils to use as well to just kind of unify the background and make it not look like, oh, there's a big picture of a building in the background, because that's not supposed to be the focus. It was just a cool picture. It didn't need to be the focus of the whole page. So this is a Andy Skinner, I think, stencil, and I'm just using the numbers on it because the quote that I printed out is about age. So I just decided to use some of the numbers. Numbers are always interesting graphics. They don't have to mean anything. They just they add something. I can't even really tell you what, but they add something to a page to put some numbers or letters that are real random on it for a background. I like that. I also used a few of the arrows that were on the stencil as well. And then I'm using my excess black paint to go around the edge and bring in the page, frame it. I like to do that. Then I have this crackle stencil. It's from Prima, and I decided to put some crackles on the background as well. I didn't feel like getting out crackle medium or anything like that, but this works just as well, and it again portrays the idea of age, because old things, paint on old things might crack or something like that. That was my idea when I picked it out. And it also just adds more visual texture. Then I've got my lady here, and I'm going to put her on the page. As I'm watching the video and as I see the pictures at the end, I realize that I forgot to do something, and it's so funny when that happens. I'm not going to go back and do it. I don't have time to go and fix it and retake all the pictures and everything, but when I cut out the picture, there was a person standing behind her with their hand on her shoulder, and I had meant to take a black pen and just get rid of those few fingers. So she has disembodied fingers on her shoulder, and you guys might have never noticed I didn't when I was, when I was doing the page, I didn't notice, but I'll fix it, but I'm not going to fix the video. So you guys can just laugh along with me about how the poor lady has disembodied fingers sitting on her shoulder. It just was an oversight. It wasn't intentional at all. So then I'm attaching my quote, which I printed out on my inkjet printer. So there is a little smearing going on, but not enough that I really care. If you want to print something and you don't want it to smear, it's going to need to be a laser printer. Otherwise it smears a little bit. You can always seal it with a white gesso and a brayer. I mean, not white gesso, but clear gesso and a brayer before you put it on, but I just really wasn't going to stress that much. So then I had this other little piece out of the magazine that had some jewelry, some earrings on it. It said something about classic style, and they were, earrings. And so I'm cutting those out, and of course I have the camera zoomed in so you don't see me cutting, but I promise. I'm cutting them out. I hadn't cut them out in advance. Just a couple nice pairs of earrings, because I was kind of making a joke down here at the bottom. If you live long enough, everything comes back in fashion, and that seems to be true as near as I can tell. But then I put at the bottom, but I wonder, will it still fit? Because there are some things in the closet that do not belong to me. They belong to the hoarder in the family that are from high school. And I wonder, do they still fit him? They're probably back in fashion at some point. Do they still fit him? So I was just kind of laughing to myself. So then when I saw the earrings and I thought, well, those would make interesting visual texture on the page, then I said to myself, oh, but jewelry always fits. So that was kind of my other little tongue-in-cheek joke, I mean, I guess your neck could get really fat and you wouldn't be able to put a necklace on if it was like a 12-inch or something. But other than that, I mean, the earrings, you can always wear earrings no matter how old they get. So that was my little joke. So then to finish off my page, I'm using black Stabilo All pencil. This is a highly water reactive pencil that writes over anything. And I'm also using a aqua brush or a water brush, and I'm going around the edges of all the images and giving them a shadow. And what this does, this is so important to me when I do any type of a collage like this. This integrates what I stuck on top of what. Otherwise, it just looks like I stuck something on top of something, and it doesn't look unified or integrated or whatever kind of word you want to use. But when you put a shadow around it, it does. So I always do this on a collage, no matter what type of collage it is. And I recommend that you do it also, because it really makes a difference as to the finished look of your page. So I went around everything. Then I, of course, activated that pencil and smeared it out so that it doesn't look like a line. And then I give that a good dry. And then I write the words "jewelry always fits" along the edge of her there. And then I still thought, still need something. So I decided to just do real sketchy highlight lines around a few of the things, around the words and around the lady a little bit with my white Posca, because I'm always doing that white Posca thing. So that's pretty much it for my page. If you've enjoyed this page, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Oh yeah, splatters. I did do splatters. I forgot about that. And subscribe. And of course, if you do subscribe, turn on your notifications. Otherwise, you'll be annoyed like me. And yeah, that's my page for day 17, fashion. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.